Hello, Blues fans. We're back with the MonBlues Podcast. This week we're joined by Wolverines superstars Mark Graham and Willie Gray on this week's episode. So, first of all, Ging, would you just like to start with a little biography about yourself?
Where to start, I found my rugby days at Kirkcaldy High School. I kind of started late on. I was, I think, 16 before I started playing. Never won a game until the last game against Buckhaven, so that was good. And then I think it was Mark Simpson said to me, "Here, there's a club down at Kirkcaldy. Do you fancy coming down and having a game?" And that was it. That was that's never looked back. That's how I got into rugby. So, come down to the Colts. Bugsy was my coach, I think, at the time, and it's just kind of stayed at Kirkcaldy. I've never moved on. Been when we had a threes team, threes, twos, ones, every position on the park, and then moved into taking over the helm at the Wolverines from the man himself, Willie. So that's about it.
Yeah, and Willie, would you just like to do the same?
Well, I was the same as Mark. I was at school with Mark's sister, and not that that's anything, but
did she play against you? Did she play in the same team as you?
So I started my rugby at Kirkcaldy High School, and then my techie teacher Colin Moyes took me up to Glenrothes. So yeah, I'm a Glenrothes youngster, and then when I was just about to move seniors back down to Kirkcaldy, and yeah, that's been me. Generally all my rugby, some district stuff, some stuff like that, but yeah, Kirkcaldy, found my home here, so that's exactly what I am.
Yeah, and Mark, who are the Wolverines and what do they do?
What do? They excite, they excel, they put on a show, mate. So, Willie, you'll be able to correct me, but something 2008, I think, was the first attempt at a Wolverines. The President's team, and you said, no, you're not calling me the President's team. That's not happening.
There's just some heinous mistake that Quinny made by not selecting the likes of myself. I don't understand why. Craig Wilson, Rab Van Rensburg, Brian Aspinall, Andrew Marshall, Ian Gillis, Willie Berry. I'll be honest.
Murray Douglas.
Murray Douglas, maybe I don't know if Quinny thought he was doing some kind of magic turn, but I never selected us. I think it came back to bite him in the bum near enough in the final, but yeah, and then they wanted to call us the seconds or the presidents. And go, no. That's who we are. And from there, it just kind of took off, just spiraled. We got to the final that year. We got to the final the next year. That's when Mark came on board, I'm sure.
Yep.
And then it's just gone hand over foot, tournament to tournament to tournament, and just got boys excited, boys happy, boys bringing back old guys from the team. It's once Mark actually took over, this thing's just got bigger and bigger. More excited. Every year we're excited to come down and play.
So it's pretty much boys that have either played at Kirkcaldy at some point, they're still playing and they're not getting selected for the main sevens team, if you like. But we all know who the main sevens team is. And we all know who wants to be a part of it, everyone. And it's family friendly.
So where did the name the Wolverines come from? Where did the idea come about?
Well, it's Wolverines, eh? That's it. That's simple. A bit of magic, a bit of alliteration.
Some of us are shy. Some of us have got a bit of confidence, and make up about me,
And don't let the wolf patch fool you. I know. I get a lot of stick about that. It's like, that's not a Wolverine, that's a wolf. Doesn't matter.
Aye.
Does not.
So like a challenge to me that when they're saying that to you, mate. Aye.
No regret it.
This thing was to get Ian Gray to actually announce us as the Wolverines the first year. Get the presidents and they were here to give him stick. Like, come on.
Aye.
You know, but
The trouble is, unless you're sitting next to him at the time, he maybe forgot by the time he got up the stairs there to the mic, mate. He's not a young man anymore, you know.
The fact that it still gets called out as Kirkcaldy's second string just confuses me. The Wolverines are their own club. It's an elite.
I was lucky
brethren.
enough. I was lucky enough to referee. I'm sure I called you the Wolverines when I said try Wolverines or something, or penalty Wolverines.
Correct.
So the Wolverines has basically went strength to strength each year. So what does the future hold for you? Are you just going to stay as a sevens team, or will 15s come about at some point?
To be fair, it's an interesting one. So this year, for example, obviously we had our eye on the Heggie Cup coming to Kirkcaldy. We've not won that yet, but it's coming. And then initially what had happened, there was games held back from the SRU for the 15s game, so the sevens were pushed out. We looked at alternatives, so we were going to go up to St Andrews. We had St Andrews lined up. We had Northern Sevens through in Edinburgh lined up. We were going to go on a wee tour this year, and then with the current climate, unfortunately, it's knocked us back. But who knows? We were talking, Willie, about potentially moving this into an over 35s tour because most of the boys are over 35s. Or does the Wolverine brand, just like you say, go from strength to strength, and we take a different avenue to actually pick a best 7 out of the teams that we play each year, and we just pick the best player, and that player comes and joins us. Who knows? Anything can happen with the Wolverines.
Wow.
what a squad this year, the way, gang. What a squad we had this year.
This year, we're hoping.
We still, everything going to plan. The sevens may go ahead in August, so I don't know if you want to tease the people now with the squad or unveil it maybe at the thing. Maybe you can give us a couple of samples of who you're talking about.
Nah.
Great answer, mate. Great answer. Thanks for that.
Time when you see this squad, you'll be like, "Oh my word, what has happened here?" So they might as well just give us the medals. I think.
Fair enough, mate.
There's the only 2 teases I'll give is there's a Scotland international and an ex-Edinburgh player, and that's the big pool that the Wolverines get. Everybody wants to come and play for us.
And I think one of them isn't a forward as well, if that helps.
I think that's for one of the very few and far between. Under 100 kilo as well. It's quite incredible.
Yeah, change days.
So quite a few of the Wolverines players have a couple of trademarks. Willie, you included with Gum Shield throw. I wonder if you'd like to expand on that.
Well, initially the Gum Shield throw, I wasn't meant to be throwing a Gum Shield. I was trying to talk to the man and just, calmly say, please stop. I'll let you score a try, but at least let me score people. I'm trying, I'm going to do that. But he wasn't listening, so it was one of them things just to try and, get his attention. So at no point was I meaning to because you should have seen the size of the bloke. But now people know that they should really run into me and put me on my backside before they run away from me.
That's fair.
Or they'll get a gum shield.
Yeah, and then the last success of the Wolverines was back when they had a rather quick Gav Welsh to carry the team through the competition.
Sorry, Murray, do you want to rephrase that question, please?
Understand.
We have Gavin Welsh in the team. With Gavin Welsh, I don't think anybody carried anyone. Murray, is this not a solo show?
I don't actually think Gavs Welsh is able to carry either me or Willie, to be fair, for very far anyway. So that certainly didn't happen.
There's a few boys I don't think could get in a lift together and the lift would move. So.
I think what you're referring to, though, is this wee play here, Media Muzz. Do you know what? That year was just really, really good. We had a great hype coming into the tournament. We had a bit of wheels and we had a bit of gas. We well, one player. One player doesn't make the team or the squad, that's for sure. The pack, as we say.
Jamie has a bit of gas as well.
I got knocked out though.
You got knocked out, but
Aye.
yeah, it doesn't make him any worse a player.
But he got knocked out, but I know for that I think he was on 3 minutes in that first game, and he wasn't quick enough.
No.
But there was a lot of hype. We'd had a group chat built up for a few months. We'd even talked about having training sessions, and then we laughed that off. But
got removed from the group. I think he got removed from the group, the training session guy. I think he decided,
straight. Yeah. Whoever suggested that cut.
Oh yeah, you don't want that sort of negativity running through a group like that,
Yes, beers, but not anything else. But we organised our first strips and stuff, and instead of using the kit that was lying about in Kirkcaldy, we managed to organise our own strips for the first time. We got someone to put the patch on. We'd actually got this little badge and crest stitched up, but the seamstress broke their machine trying to stitch it onto the kit, so that happens. Thanks, Bubbles. No pressure in that, Ken. We were 2 days out, but anyway, we made it work. And it was just a great tournament. On the subject of Gav, I think he got stolen for Kirkcaldy as well that year, just like every other year that Quinny seems to pull for the Wolverines. I don't think that's in the rules, but hey, it's Kirkcaldy's tournament and they can do what they want, eh? Yep. But yeah, Gav won the plate and the cup that year. It was quite incredible. I don't know how that happened, but.
So, when you go, well.
Me, well, I was going back to the Quinny situation, stealing players. I mean, I don't know if any of you know this. We had to supply our own strips because I think for about 2 or 3 years on the trot they made us wear the female strips. I think it was just anything to keep us down, keep us low, have that mental edge. But yeah, and then steal. There were set players. I think he stole Sean Crombie. I think that was still Sean Crombie in the first game. Sean pulled his hamstring, so well done, Quinny.
Yeah.
Webbo. Sorry?
Webbo.
Webbo.
Jordan. But
yeah,
he was
lucky to get back to us. Traitors very, very seldomly get back into Wolverines.
Yeah.
The famous one with Gav McKenzie. Gav McKenzie turned up, wasn't picked for the main team. And he come to play with the Wolverines, and Quinny said, "Oh, somebody's injured." And well, I know we had a good conversation about how ridiculous that was. Club captain wasn't even getting to play for the main team.
So I think that was generally how then Mark and myself we decided to take the team away from Kirkcaldy so that it can't be pilfered. And Mark's very, very secretive with the squad, and he won't, unleash the names until the last moment because we know there's spies in the camp.
Yeah. That's fair.
So the Wolverines has had some very high standard players and some not so great over the years. So who would you say has been the best?
Murray, sorry, you're going to have to, re-question that. Come on, you can't.
Frivolous accusation.
You expect us to say who the worst Wolverine is? Are you going to have to try and throw that there?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Murray, I think you should go first. If you think we've had some great players, so who's your favourite player been for the Wolverines over the years?
I'd have to say Gooch.
Yeah.
Why? Gooch. I like Gooch.
Just cracking player.
It takes a lot of time to get round him. That's why we pick him. He's a good sevens player because it takes, you get caught in that gravity pool in defence, and then it's brilliant.
I think we played him at scrum half in the final a couple of years ago, didn't we? I think he went on at scrum half. I thought he did an admirable job.
He's a machine. He's got great hands for a big lad.
Very much so.
The hand is everything. As soon as you see him walking on the pitch, it's like some size of hands, Hammy.
Who would you both say has been the best Wolverine?
Sorry, Murray, was that to me or Mark? Sorry.
Both of you.
Go on, Mark. You throw it out first.
Well, that's putting me under a bit of pressure. The good thing is about the Wolverines is they're a pack and they're a brotherhood, so they won't care either way. There's been a couple of memorable. I love Checky. Check's brilliant at sevens. The fact that he's got a guy at 8 stone trying to hit him and he picks him up and he runs with him and the ball. You're talking about trademarks with Willie's throwing the gum shield. Check every single game picks up another player and runs with them. He's a great player. He's always been a great player.
If you walk on the pitch with Craig, though, if you walk on the pitch with Check, you know there's no other team has a Check. You know, there's no other team, and he builds confidence. Just standing next to him, he builds confidence. He is a top player who I don't think there's many teams, even right now, wouldn't take Craig Wilson. You know, I think he's great. And
I suppose the secret weapon for 2018. Not Gav Welsh, Colin Harvey. He was a one-time only because I think he's been banned from his family for playing ever again. He got a hard time. He didn't even know he was going to be playing that year. He done the strip-on veil for us, and we had a wee jersey tidied away from him and brought out the secret weapon. So he's just been an amazing playmaker his whole life. He can see. Vision is just incredible. So he's probably been my favourite Wolverine, albeit just for the one season.
Willie, would you have any difference in opinion?
Well, Craig Check, my mate Check, I would say he's the confidence builder in the team. I think he brings the confidence. You know, I think he's tried a drop goal. He's tried everything. You know, so. Check's I have a few. One of my favourites. The other one, Chris McConnell. I think undoubtedly Chris is the sevens player. I think for Kirkcaldy and for Wolverines, Chris is he's brilliant. I mean, he's got one run in him. That run generally kills him, but that run is the piece de resistance, shall we say? He scores the tries. I like Rab van Rensburg. To be honest, it was Craig and Rab that I couldn't believe weren't selected for the top team the first year we started them. I thought, you know, for fitness and just natural physique, both those guys are the men. And for a bit of, you know, I like Bubbles when he came in. I like Bubbles. He had the red shirt on, he put the effort in, and I'll go for Bubbles as my favourite Wolverines.
Bubbles, aka the seamstress, as we know now. Then, thanks to
well, you
family.
That's having advantages.
You heard it here first, folks. You heard it here first.
we do need badges sewn on this year. So
keep him so in the squad.
He's in there.
So now I'll pass over to Corgi to
guys.
Bring out the bag.
Yes, guys. The bag now is kind of well known. I don't know if you've seen the bag in the other podcasts we've had. So the bag allows you to tell us a bit about the people that play for the Wolverines. So I'll produce an object, and hopefully from that object it will spring to mind immediately who you're thinking of in the Wolverines as the player. So without any further ado, I'll reach into the bag and bring out, here we go. A red card. Do we have a red card monster in the Wolverines, mate? Or is everybody's discipline right up there with the fitness and the knowledge of the game?
I think Will's been lucky not to have one a couple of times because he's got great chat. He gets away with a lot of...
as a referee, it's one of the best chats. I think there's folk around the country who think they can chat to referees. As they say. You know, if you're wanting some expertise, you should mic well up for a game. It's genius at times. It really is.
Yep.
I take my hat off to you. It's brilliant.
What do you think? Well, there's not really been anybody,
No, we have a general good appreciation for referees. You know, they know where they are and we know where we are in life, and we kind of just, you know, if they get on with their job and do it really, really well, then they have no problems from us. It's when they're not very good at that.
Yeah.
Then, you know.
Yeah, sorry about that, mate.
we go through that department, but no, I like it at the sevens because in general, there's one or two referees, but they're there for a laugh, and they realise that we're there for a laugh. And as long as you go in with the right spirit, it's not a problem. There's been one or two that as soon as we walked on the pitch have told us to not talk to them. But I don't know, jealousy.
Yeah, I think so. I think never having the opportunity to play for you guys either as well, and maybe it's in their psyche that they've not made it, and they've had to come off second best.
Absolutely.
It's a tough.
Must be tough. Must be tough for them. Must be tough for everyone else.
It is, mate. It is. Okay. I don't think anybody will this, but the Tiger Balm and stuff like that. Any of the guys renowned for a bit of injury or something like that in the Wolves?
Injury. I mean, we've got Jamie Watson's my main one. He gets excited. He gets the big shots. That's always the thing. I don't know if you've ever been in a team with Jamie Watson.
I have. A young Glenrothes boy as well. He was.
Yeah, a fellow Glenrothes man. And he likes a pair of size 38s and 40 shots. I don't know what it is with him, but
yeah,
he likes that. He gets excited. He gets knocked out. I mean, last year was a beauty. We were all. He was our gas man. Scottish Schools 16 sprint champion, I think he was.
Rapid. He was rapid when he was young. I remember him coming to Glenrothes from Madras or something like that. Oh my God, we'd not seen speed like this.
Couldn't catch a ball, but I know. He was
had to hand it right to his gut, But once he got going, he was phenomenal.
He was great. Who do you think? I think Goof liked to get rubbed up. Did Goof not like to get rubbed up when he came in?
Goof liked his hammies and his odd socks that he liked to wear. His one blue, one red one. But yeah, he liked a bit of deep heat in those legs. So probably Goof. You're right.
Probably good. Aye, Goof.
Footballer.
Of course, aye.
Footballer.
Pressure on him. Brilliant. Okay. Talking of odd socks and that, then, and blue and red. I've got a blue T-shirt and a red T-shirt and some trinkets. Does that mean anything to you guys, one of your Wolves? So a blue top, a red top and some trinkets. The quizzical look there, but...
I think you've got a story for us.
Aye? Have I said the TV programme Bargain Hunt to you?
Oh, Murphy! Of course. The father and son combo.
Oh, do tell. Eh?
What a player Ryan Murphy is.
Oh, I tell you. Still. Seen him play last year, the year before. Fantastic player.
Still a young man. He should still be playing.
Yeah, I agree.
I remember him at one of the first senior trains at Kirkcaldy and running into him. And the boy's solid, eh?
Yeah.
He's really, really strong and solid and got a bit of gas about him. So, yeah, I think it was a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, he was pulling out all the stops for the Wolverines.
Mm-hmm. I think he's been in the last 3 or 4 tournaments, but he's definitely one of the go-tos. He's a hardy player.
Yeah.
He doesn't admit it himself. He thinks he's slow and old and all that carry on. He's talking to the wrong people when he starts that
he needs
chat.
to speak to me.
He's always keen. He'll put his hand up first. All the time he's keen. I like Ryan.
Tell you a story about Ryan Murphy. In the semi-final against the Royal Fijian Dragoons, he gave me the worst pass I've ever had in my entire life.
Yeah.
Took the ball way above my head, cracked, hit the deck, he'd bounce in, spat 3 teeth out, looked at Ryan with utter rage, just passed my 3 teeth to the guy who tapped me. I said, I think they came out of your mouth. I think they're yours, mate. And I'll never forgive Ryan for that.
Brilliant.
He's due one back.
All right, guys. What normally happens now with the bag is that we move on, and obviously next year the Lions are meant to be going to South Africa. And I normally ask people, because it must be a great honour to play for the Lions and stuff like that. I normally ask the groups who they think would be in the team. I like a rank outsider, who would be in the team, who would be captain, or who do they want to see in the team and stuff like that. But I think we've got a prime opportunity here to look even higher than the Lions and ask, who is the big catch for the Wolverines? Who do you think in the future, in terms of the future, you would like to see coming through the Kirkcaldy ranks or other ranks and playing for the Wolverines?
I think last year we were unfortunate. We had Josh lined up. Josh obviously took a head knock a couple of weeks beforehand and was concussed and couldn't turn out for the Wolverines last year. But who knows? I know he's away down south now with his semi-professional contract. But the returning Laird might be one for the future.
His running is phenomenal. You know, I watch a lot of rugby, as you guys do, and I go away and referee rugby and match officiate all over the place. I still, you know, even Super 6 and Premier stuff, still don't see somebody who runs and has footwork like he does, you know, even still now, you know. And I know he's not an old boy by any chance. He's got a lot of experience now. I think
it's the heart for us, eh? Like the heart. Feet's great, and he's got a bit of gas too, but the heart shines through, and that's what you need for a Wolverine. So
absolutely.
What about you, Will?
And
you
he's
seen
strawberry
anyone?
blonde as well. He's strawberry blonde as well.
Aye, fits in.
I was struggling to think there, and then you mentioned footwork. So the only man I know that could probably compare to Josh Laird with footwork is my brother-in-law, Liam Nielsen.
Oh yeah.
You know, once I've seen him running. He's out running. He's training. He's talking triathlon. I'm saying Wolverines.
Yeah.
Wolverines. So I mean, that's the one guy I think. Maybe another few years of training because we need to get his hands sorted out, and you know, just a wee bit more fitness work needed in. I think Liam Nielsen could be a leader of that Wolverine pack.
Yeah, he's never had a chat. He chats all the time.
Yeah, you don't understand him.
No, it's great. It's great, but
yeah, I think I don't know if you've ever seen the Nielsen step, but something to be amazed. I think Liam Nielsen would be my main guy for 2023, let's say.
2023, okay. Put it in the diaries, folks. Listen, thanks for that, guys. That's the bag. Let me hand you back to Murray, who's going to take it home.
So, if you had to change one thing about the Wolverines, what would you change?
I would go back in time. Ultimately, the whole strip, the whole camaraderie, the whole build-ups, that should have been from day one. We should have set that up. It's obviously impossible on the day, like literally that tournament that I wasn't a part of, unfortunately. But we missed a trick there. There'd have been strips, there'd have been the stitching on the side of what tournaments getting the guys on. Actually, it's difficult because the guys, and we are older, to commit to 3, 4, 5, 6 tournaments, but I'd love to see that. I'd love to see the boys on tour. And taking it to some sort of circuit, whether it's an over 35 circuit or it's any circuit we'll take on.
That'd be brilliant.
Willie, have you got anything that you would change?
I would probably, if I could change some things, it would maybe be win some of the finals. You know, we got to a couple of finals at the start, first 2 years on the trot, we got to a couple of finals, and maybe if we could have added 1 or 2 more players into that mix, you know, a bit of speed, a bit of gas, and we could have won a couple of. But you never know. This year I was highly confident this year. So if you guys could sort that tournament out for us,
I'll try and pull something out of the hat, mate. I will try and pull something out of the hat.
We'll make plenty of money for the club, so
I know.
Because what, Mark? Not giving away anything. What are our numbers at squad this year? Big squad.
So we've always had a professional agreement, Corgi, with the referees and Wickercoddy about our age factor. So the squad size is meant to be 10. I think we're sitting at 13 this year. So
good number.
Good number indeed. So there's a lot of people to come down to follow and enjoy. But it's looking really good.
There must be people chapping on your door as well, though, with the fame that the Wolverines have generated now as well. You must get the odd, player from Kirkcaldy who's a wannabe.
There's set route, though. You know, you can't ask to be a Wolverine. That's what some people.
That's the thing they get wrong, isn't it?
They get it wrong, and there's been 2 or 3 boys that get it wrong.
Blacklist.
Don't like the foods too much. You know, that continual liking of everything that gets thrown. I mean, we like food delivery parcels, beer at the bar.
Yeah,
you know, that kind of thing works. Yeah. But I think, Mark, you're inundated, and I think the only arguments me and Mark have is that you want to take everyone, but we've got to cut the line someplace.
It's difficult because when you're meant to have a squad of 10 and you're coming in with 13 and we're already, getting a little bend of the rules there, we honestly could have several teams out if, at that tournament, because the amount of people, and unfortunately as soon as you ask, you're never getting back, or you're never getting, if you ask to be part of it, you didn't even bother. You're blacklisted. Sorry, you've got a lot of making up to do to try and get in. And it's really difficult because we've all got really big pools of friends. We've all been playing at Kirkcaldy for tens of years, so there's so much talent to choose from. But not everybody can make it, I'm afraid.
So as Wolverines, what is the main purpose of the Wolverines? Is it more a social side, or is it to go out and try and win?
We win. That's you might think we're 100% social, but we're 100% competitive. 150%. We do nothing, but we might throw a couple of games to get a different route to a final. But trust us when we're telling you we throw games. We don't try to win when we need to go to a different final. Well, what's your like?
Well, at Kirkcaldy, we don't breed losers,
No.
And you go on that pitch, and as soon as we step on that pitch, you're competitive. It doesn't matter how tall and athletic the other team are, how fast they are. We go on, and you can't go on that pitch and think the other team are better than you. You've got to go on that pitch knowing that you are the best. Maybe it'd be a false belief, whatever, but we go in there and we go to compete. And I think the purpose of the Wolverines is to go compete at these tournaments, but also we're a bit of nostalgia, A bit of nostalgia for everyone, for the club, for the lot. I think, I think there was a tournament we had Willie Berry, Alan Tasker, Jamie Watson, Jordan Webster, Ian Gillis.
Murph.
I mean, you look at that, you look Chris McConnell, we had all them in one team at one point. That's the team of Kirkcaldy for 10 years ago.
Yeah.
We've went with Pax, with Moomin, Brian Aspinall, James. There's been that many. We're that little bit nostalgia, but then also we're friends. We're all friends. It's that rugby family that you go in the change room. You've not seen the guys for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years, but you talk to them like you saw them yesterday. But that's the main thing with the Wolverines is going competing, but doing it with your friends. Doing it with the club.
I tell you what, you've got an advantage to a lot of teams I watch nowadays, and that is it's rugby in you. You know the game and that sort of stuff. You've all played at a good level, and you use that. A lot of these people I watch playing just lash about all over the place, must do 250 metres to score a try. You think to yourself, well, 2 passes sometimes, or actually going into contact sometimes and staying a bit closer. I think you guys know the game that well that you're a bit of a surprise to teams because they normally chuck it from one touchline to the other, where you guys will play a lot of rugby. And I've refereed you, at the Sevens. I really enjoy it because, again, you know that there's banter to be had when you're playing, but you know there's a game to win and that sort of stuff. And it's the ideal mix for me. In all seriousness, we're talking now. I know we've had a bit of fun this last as well, but I really enjoy watching you play, and I enjoy listening to the stuff that goes on as well. I think it's brilliant.
I think you give the ball to, I don't know, any one of us. But I just make Craig Wilson for an example. He takes 3 tacklers, 3 boys to tackle him. In a game of sevens, that opens that pitch wide up that 3 boys. We've got one guy maybe needing to ruck over, but we've already got overlaps, and we maybe not got pace, but we can take it to the next phase. The next guy, you throw it to, I don't know, throw it to Ging. And even he doesn't know where he's running. So how's the other team going to tackle him? So it's a different way of playing the sevens, but it's what we enjoy.
Good.
Yeah, so we'd just like to say thank you very much for your time. Thank you for coming on the podcast. And we hope to see the Wolverines back out in the pitch.
Yeah, can't wait to
in the near future.
Brilliant.
We want to be there. We want to put on the show. So just keep watching the content. Like, follow, subscribe. You know where it's at. We're on Instagram. Facebook, all the platforms. Twitter. Get us liked, get followed.
Nice.
There's a lot more to come. Obviously, we've done the toilet roll challenge and the following Kirkcaldy scene as some people get left out of stuff. But anyway, we quiet. Okay, that's all right. Thank you.
It's like he's had it in for a month. It's unbelievable.
I wasn't sure if this podcast was actually going to happen. I wait to see if it actually gets
That's
used.
right, I know. I've seen it to Buzz for edit. Brilliant. Right, guys. Thanks.
Thanks very much for having us. I've enjoyed it.
Good.